Want to survive and navigate through Galaxy's Edge without stressing out? I'll show you how right now. What is up, D3 fam? Welcome to this episode of D3. In this episode, I'm going to give you some valuable tips on how to better enhance your experience while exploring Galaxy's Edge. First, as usual, I would like to thank you all for your continued support of this channel. Remember, if you like what you see, go ahead and click that subscribe button below and become a member of the D3 family. Alright folks, let's get right to it. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has been a huge success during the soft opening period within the last month. It's amazing. As you know, I recently had an opportunity to go to experience Galaxy's Edge myself, and it's just totally insane. It's incredible. I can tell you right now, once it opens to the public in a couple of weeks, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be wall-to-wall people. It's going to be insane. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to survive and enhance and better enjoy your experience while you're visiting Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Here we go. Alright folks, my first tip for you guys is to have a game plan before you even go to the park. I can't stress this enough. People make this mistake all the time. You get to Disneyland, in general, you just want to go willy-nilly or just fly by the seat of your pants. That would not be possible once Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens. I can tell you from experience, people are excited about, certain events, certain things you could do, certain experiences such as build your own lightsaber or going to Oga's Cantina. Those places are very popular. So, or especially Smugglers Run, attraction that's open right now. So that's a very popular attraction right now. So I would strongly suggest to you guys, the night before, the day before you guys decide to go to Disneyland, have a game plan of what you guys want to do once you get inside of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Alright folks, my second tip for you guys is to get to the park early. Yes, I know everybody else is going to try to get to the park early, but guess what? They won't have a game plan. See, you guys will have a game plan already. Most of the time, people make that fatal error when they get to Disneyland and just try to go fly by the seat of their pants. Trust me, you do not want to do this when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens to the public. That would be a fatal mistake for you. You won't be able to enjoy yourself. You probably miss out on getting into the land itself, depending how crowded it will be. So that might be in another episode I'll do if they're going to have any queues for you guys to line up maybe in the future. So, but for right now, I would say you have your game plan first to get to the park early. Now, when I say get to the park early, I mean not at the crack of dawn, but I would say if the park opens at 8 o'clock, I would say try to get there close to 7 or 6:30, to give yourself plenty of time to park and get through the security checkpoints wherever you park at. Then you might be able to experience, the rope drop, which is a very fun experience in itself. I have a clip for that as well if you want to take a look at that, about how to experience a rope drop at Disneyland. But back to this topic, get there early. Like I said, if the park opens at 8, get there like around 6:30 or 7. If the park opens at 9 o'clock, try to get there closer to like 8 o'clock, Get there, get through security, and, pace yourself. Navigate your way back to the back of the park where Galaxy's Edge is, just to maybe get yourself a bite to eat so you won't be stressing out, and, just to be nice and calm. So, my second tip again is to get to the park early. Alright folks, my next tip for you guys is to figure out which reservation you want to get for whatever experience you want to do. When I say that, I mean figure out if you want to get a reservation for Oga's Cantina, or get a reservation for building your own lightsaber, or get a reservation for designing or building your own droid. There's a good chance for this first initial opening period, the next first couple of months, you probably would not be able to do all three. You'd probably be lucky enough to do one of these experiences. But with that being said, I would say if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, I would say get a reservation for build a lightsaber. That goes the quickest. I heard they probably run out of reservations within the first couple of hours. If you're lucky to get one, great for you. But if you're like me, if you want to get a full, better experience of atmosphere, I would say get a reservation for Oga's Cantina. You can have yourself a nice little drink or something like that and just sit back and meet nice people and things like that. That's a good experience. But I would say suggest make that your priority first. Get a reservation for one of those two experience right off the bat. Those lines pretty much get pretty long fairly quickly. If you get there within the first 30 to 45 minutes after the park opens, there's a good chance you get a reservation. It'll probably be later on in the afternoon. But you know, I would say the reservation periods probably last, or your wait time probably be about 90 minutes, which will give you enough time to go experience, you know, roll around, probably get on Smugglers Run, or you know, walk around and experience, take some selfies with the Millennium Falcon, or interact with some other characters. So with that being said, folks, my third tip for you is to figure out which reservation you want to get for your experience you want to experience. Alright folks, now that you have your reservations for building your lightsaber, or going to Oga's Cantina, or even building your own droid, my next tip for you guys is to head straight over to Smugglers Run. Trust me folks, you want to do this. You do not want to miss this attraction. If you go to Smugglers Run first thing in the morning, or after the park opens, probably like before 10 o'clock, I guarantee you the wait time probably be no less than like 30 minutes. We did it during this period with the soft opening, 15 minutes. But after it opens to the public, I'll guarantee you the ride's probably gone well over to an hour wait, or 2 hours. Similar to how Space Mountain is, but it's that popular of an attraction. But the earlier you get to this attraction, Smugglers Run, the better you have the experience, the better you'll be able to experience the amazing queue they have there. You just take your time, look around, you won't feel rushed and stuff like that. Such a good attraction. Plus you have, like, I'll tell you probably in a separate video more about the ride itself. But I would say for this tip right now, to make sure you get into line and go hit it straight for Smugglers Run after you get your reservations. And a side note for this tip, if you're successful in getting in this ride within 30 minutes or less, I would suggest getting back in line and riding it using a single rider queue. Yes, they have a single rider queue for Smugglers Run, which is amazing. So you can maximize your experience like that, probably riding it 2 or 3 times, depends how early you get to the park. So, like I said, this tip for you guys, I think this is tip number 4, is to head straight to towards Smugglers Run. Alright folks, now you already have your reservations for your either lightsaber experience, or going to Oga's Cantina, or building your own droid, and you already ridden Smugglers Run. My next tip for you guys, guess what? Is to simply explore the area. You know, you grab yourself a bite to eat, or just check out all the amazing shops they have in the area, which are like totally insane. You know, they have some high-end expensive shops for your hardcore fans, or a little, you know, inexpensive stuff you get, like, you know, inexpensive souvenirs, you know, so you guys who are on the budget, you know. So, but, or in between that, you know, you might have your first reservation might have popped up already, probably for Oga's Cantina or Build Your Lightsaber. So I would say in between those reservations, or after those reservations, feel free to just roam around, explore the entire area. It's amazing. A bunch of Easter eggs around the area for you hardcore fans, you know. A bunch of, you know, I would say vehicles from the certain Star Wars movies, or, you know, just characters walking around. You can interact with Chewbacca or Rey or Kylo Ren. It's just a lot of fun. So it's just an amazing place, folks. I would say my tips for you after you got your reservation, after you've ridden Smugglers Run, is to simply just explore the area and just have a good time. Well folks, there you have it, my initial tips on how to survive and navigate around Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Thanks again for watching. I'm sure I might have part 2 or part 3 of this series coming up. You know, as time goes along, I might go back after the initial opening to the public of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and probably have some more feedback and have some more tips for you guys. With that being said, folks, this concludes this episode of D3. Thanks again for watching. As usual, feel free to leave a comment below. And also, if you haven't already done so, feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also on Twitter. See you next time.